All right, with this WESH2 Facebook Live update, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Mainolfi. Boy, I'll tell you what, we had a beautiful day today, and now we're watching some energy that's screaming across the northern Gulf of Mexico and en route to central Florida late morning and on into the afternoon. So we're going to break down all this, severe weather concerns, threats, and timelines here for you as we get you into your Thursday. So hang tough with us on that. Jeff Neighbors has popped in. Jeff, always a pleasure to have you here. Let me take you to the water vapor channel. And as you can see, here's a look at what we have. Dallas Ramos, Colleen O'Neill, Carla Deem. Always a pleasure to have you good folks in here. Jeff Neighbors, we got you. Janet Hale, Yukon Capo Greco. It's been a while, young man. Appreciate you. Lori, gotcha. Juanita, good to have you. Cassandra, who else we got in here? Gamel Belazaire, you got it, just doing my job. Jamie Pennington, we got Lisa Cervantes, Mr. Greenfield, Miss Fischetti, Belen Rodriguez, Bismary Negron, Nancy Powers, Karen Rasmussen, sup, Tony says Steve, Anita Hull, Dominique, Paprika, Kenny Bear, Donnie Linares. So yeah, full house here tonight, love it. Alex, good to have you there from the land. All right, let's rock and roll. Renee Piazza, Stephen Mast. All right, so there's a look at the water vapor channel. And one of the things that I'm noticing tonight is there's these little speckles here, almost like some developing thunderstorms out ahead of this main line right there. So we're going to watch to see if this develops more to the south. But the core, the strongest energy is right in here, and that's going to take a track to the north and the west. When we show you the satellite loop there, Jessica, Kathleen, Yukon, Angela, and Fawn. Good to have each and every one of you in here, by the way. And please go ahead and share this feed tonight as to as many folks as possible. As you can see, the reason for our concern is that nasty line of storms coming through southeast Louisiana, headed into the Mobile area. Annie, good to have you there. David, Vaughn, South Daytona, Rick Myers, Mickey Cluster, Anita Josephine Gennaro. Again, sharing is caring. That's my motto on a night like tonight. We want to get the word out there quickly. There's that line of storms. Pretty impressive looking there through Mississippi. Just about ready to exit Louisiana. And it's racing quickly to the east there at about 40 miles an hour. And when we zoom it in, look at all those warnings. See that right there? And then we got these individual clusters now beginning to pop on up out ahead of us. So that's one of the things we're going to watch. Terry, Yukon, Rosie, Jessica, Dominique, let's see here, Buzzy Alexander, Maria Galloway, Maria, Dominique, Lynn Edwards, you're welcome for these updates. Now, the other thing that I like to use, and if you watch me, you know that, is the live lightning data. And that kind of can determine whether or not strong storms are intensifying or weakening. Rebecca, Sandra, Gredzanka, Angela, Robert Stokes. Good crowd in here tonight. Don't forget, sharing is caring. The more people we can reach tonight, and putting folks in the weather know, the more we can prepare for whatever may come our way tomorrow. 60s up north, low 70s here in town. The dew points were in the 50s earlier. They're still in the 50s, but that's going to change overnight tonight as the winds begin to swing more out of the southeast towards daybreak tomorrow morning. So lows tonight, Pat, Leonard, Dorleen, Castanelli. Thank you, Renee. And I will post this on my Facebook page as well, just FYI, guys. Chrissy Turner, I hope it hits well. Yeah, Chrissy, you might get your wish there. Tomorrow morning's lows. And then we take a look at the afternoon there. Showers and storms getting going and hanging around. So all right, let's time this out, because this is why many of you have come in. Chrissy Turner, Carolyn Washington, Nicole Molina, Jennifer Wagner-Lohman. There we go. The cooler temps are coming. So let's do this. There's futurecast. You can see maybe a few sprinkles by daybreak along and west of Interstate 75. I'm going to take this nice and slow. Jan, Fawn, Terry, Annie, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. Terry Lottie, she's always sharing these feeds. Victoria, Michelle, appreciate you. Arlevia, thank you for sharing. Hello to you, by the way. Jesse, Denise. So let's get into the crux of this thing. The one thing that has caught my attention is you can see by late morning some of these individual thunderstorms developing here, and these we will have to watch. A lot of times when you get a squall line, you can sometimes get some heating and some energy out ahead of that main line, and that many times can produce some isolated strong supercells. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen, but one of the things we're going to have to watch there tomorrow. Paddock Rio, Maryland, I'm doing good, just kind of cranking through this. So there's noon. You see those cells kind of lifting to the northeast. The main line arriving Marion County 2:30 to 3, and then shooting east by 5 o'clock. Let me back this up. 5 o'clock, Claremont, Leesburg, Palm Coast getting hit very good. Paprika shared, love it. Mowed the lawn, Dwayne, way to go. Tara Lynn Tootle has popped in. Miss Armonte Welsh, Angie Walker, good to have you guys. So look at that nasty line of storms, 6 o'clock. And then a little secondary line developing behind that. And the main line, though, Titusville, Melbourne, 8:39. You can see a secondary line still kind of coming together there. 9:30, 10. Look at that nasty stuff right there, potentially in the southern Brevard County. Fawn, thank you for sharing. Margie Ingrol, don't forget to share. Claremont, good, I need it. Deidre, don't forget to share, please. Sharing is caring. The more people we can share these weather updates to, especially when there's weather coming in, the more people we can kind of put in the weather know, reduce their stress, and let them know how to prepare for any inclement weather that may be coming their way. Carol, good to have you there. Dwayne, Yukon, Angela. There you go. She says she's gonna be enjoying the storms tomorrow. Look at it. Got one round there. Look at that. Boom. And then by the time we get to 10, 11, begins to move offshore. Now, how much rain are we talking? Great question. Look at that right there. You can see some swaths there in the purple, 1 to 2 inches in a few locales. Deidre, you rock star. Appreciate you, girl. Victoria Harrison Magoot. Nice tie. Thank you. It's a little chilly in here tonight. All right, so I want to do the timeline for you again. This is for the main line as it comes across, not the individual stuff that comes in out ahead of it. Terry Ryan, Danielle McGinnis, Juan, Yukon, Stephanie Rodas, Laney. Hernando will get it tomorrow too. Tavares at noon. John Hanson, Hansonator. Lulu has popped in. So Claremont between 2 and 5 for the main line. Orlando, Kissimmee, Bicklow, New Smyrna Beach, Daytona Beach between 5 and 8. And then Titusville, Melbourne, Palm Bay, Cocoa Beach between about 7 to 11, 8 to midnight, somewhere in that vicinity. Tomorrow, it'll be a little bit earlier in the day up there, Douglas, just FYI. Dave Seneth, good to have you there. Lulu, hope you're doing well. Appreciate you popping in. What have you been up to, girl? Hope you're doing well, by the way. Blair Lombardi Lips has popped in. Now, got a bunch of other graphics here I want to show you. Here's the wind forecast on one of the models that we like to look at. And notice this, not too bad. Picking up, though, those individual storms get going there. You can see 20 to 30 mile an hour winds. And then the main line arrives right there. You can see some purple starting to show up. And you can see the winds there, 25, 35. Some of the stronger storms will be punching a little bit higher than that. But just kind of wanted to give you the heads up there. Now, let's talk about the tornado risk. Chrissy, there is the potential for some tornadoes, and I'm going to break that down. So yellow means on a scale of 1 to 5, 2, meaning scattered severe storms are possible. But when you further break it down, it looks like this. It goes like this. There you go. Tornado risk tomorrow, 5%, a little higher, I-4 north and west, and then a little bit lower, south and east. Ooh, Lulu. Oh, that stinks, Lulu. I'm sorry to hear that. What a bummer, man. Punks. Mary Evans. Juan, correct. Claudine Sino, good evening from Oak Hill. It's nice now, Claudine, but it's tomorrow. Nikki Momo has popped in. Good to have you there, Nikki Momo. The probability of damaging winds tomorrow, 15% along the I-4 corridor, up north and west. So again, wind to me is going to be the big concern. And when you break it down, what kind of winds are we talking about? There's a pretty high risk of strong winds, 40 to 57 miles an hour. Paul Petrocco, good to have you there. Severe winds, medium threat. Remember, these storms are going to be moving at about 30 to 40 miles an hour. That combined with the actual wind in them can easily produce a severe storm. Tornado threat and hail threat are low, but again, as mentioned, they're there. And that's the point we want to bring across. So tomorrow is what we call the weather impact day. And our weather impact icons there, noon, 3, and 5, meaning that's when the weather's going to be a bit tough. Sunny. Yours is going to be a little bit earlier up your way. I'm thinking late morning, early afternoon. Same thing here. The risk for an isolated tornado or two, and definitely a whole lot of wind as we go through the afternoon. Michelle Bruce, Lake County, again, a lot of wind. The timing for Lake County has the chance for a few isolated individual thunder showers as early as 11, but the main line right there, oops, that jumped ahead, that main line coming through Lake County between about 4 and 6 with a little secondary line that extends from 6 to about 7:30, maybe 8 down towards Claremont. So there we go. Now, somebody was asking about the weekend, and that is, that's a great question. Give me 1 second there, Dominique. You're welcome, Sonny. Low 80s north, middle upper 80s south and east. So it basically means a tornado threat's there. It's low, but it is there. So just FYI on that. I know Costa, no weather. There you go, Juan. Diane, good to have you there. Gary Neal, good to see you, my friend. Kenny Gottlieb, my son works for you. Yeah, they're going to have some issues with the wind there. Orman and Jesus, not looking good for tomorrow. Eustis, the same thing. There you go. Strong gusty winds. Now, someone was asking, what about behind the front? What about for Halloween? There's a little main front spot, a little surface trough kind of zings on through Saturday morning with the chance for a few showers. And then Sunday's breezy and cool. In fact, let me show you some low temperatures here. Kiloe, you're most welcome. 50s north and west Saturday morning. But notice what happens here as we get you into Sunday morning. Area-wide, we're talking about 50-degree readings. Low 50s up north, upper 50s down south. And if you are headed over towards the Cape for our Falcon 9 launch, again, we're going to be watching this forecast carefully. Angela, we'll go back to that here in a second. Diana Radnor, good to have you there. Teprika Dixon, always appreciate you there, girl. Halloween forecast looks like this, mostly sunny at 6:72, 6:41, 70, 8 o'clock coming in at about 68. Dominique, you're welcome. Brother just moved here from Indiana. Polk County. Polk County's timeline, again, is going to be very similar to I-4 between 5 and 8 for the main squall line. Launch Kenny, I think, is going to go, but we'll watch the winds. Let me do one quick thing here. Yeah, 10 and 30. Yep, that still looks good. Tropically speaking, there's our storm system now getting shifted to the south and east as it's hooked up with that cold front. Deirdre Purvis, yep. Joe Mary Correa, Marion County. Again, a couple lines of storms coming on through as we get you into the afternoon and late morning. Happy birthday, Deirdre. Louis Diaz. Lewis, what's going on, big dog? How you been? Beautiful day in Daytona. Yes, it was a gorgeous day today. Now let's take a look at that 7-day forecast here. Let you guys see what's going on. There you go. We got DeMarcus Neal, Brian B. Dorr. Good to have you there, my friend. DeMarcus, you were too kind to me. Bill Sawyers, good evening to you, fine young man. Let's see here. All right, so that's a look at the 7-day forecast. Joe Mary, you're welcome. Yukon Capo. Yeah, it'll be a busy day, Lewis. Appreciate that. Dominic, you take care. Have the weather radios ready to go. Stacy Schultzauer, good evening to you there. Appreciate you popping in and saying hi. Okay, weather around the good old US of A. Somebody wanted to know what the temperatures look like. Let's do that here for you. Thomas Taylor, always appreciate you popping in. 50 in Buffalo, Bangor, Maine, 48. Billings at 51. Denver coming in at 51 degrees. There you have it. Terry Lottie, Danielle McGinnis, Volusia County. We'll get back to that timeline here in 1 second. There's the snow out west from that big storm, and the temperatures looking like this. I don't know if I'm doing a double, but maybe a 1.5. I'll check one thing out for Mr. Eric. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let's see. There we go. 20s up in Alaska. It's cold. Hang on a second. All right. 20s, low 20s, upper 20s. Look at Anchorage International Airport, 35. So we got a lot of cold air building up in Canada. 46 in Winnipeg, 59 in Buffalo, 74 in Orlando, 82 in Cancun, and then we head south, 45 in La Paz, 48 in Punta Arenas, Cape Town 61, Harare 59, Rabat, Morocco 55, Paris 48, Oslo 45, Kiev, Ankara in the 30s, Surgut at 18, Astana at 16. My goodness, that is chilly. Brad Hughes, Helene Risch, Christine Garneau, and Terry Lottie. Yes, plenty of cold air there for you. There you have it. Yakutsk 27. So we got cold air building up there in Siberia. 48 in Seoul, 50 in Beijing. And that cold air as it builds in Siberia heads back over towards Alaska. You can see that right there. Big, big area of cold air is beginning to materialize now across Siberia and the Yukon. All right, 81 Ho Chi Minh City. That is correct, Mary Jo. Stacy Bruno, hola. You're welcome, Mary. Alice Springs 91, Perth 57, Hobart 57, Christchurch coming in at 57 degrees. So temps this morning were cool. Up in Ocala 53, DeLand 58, Wildwood 57, low 60s in the metro areas, and then by the time we hit the afternoon, there you go. We were in the 70s and 80s. Debbie, I will not be out. I will be in the building, manning the radar. We will have our weather mobile lab out there and ready to go. Katie Ann Munoz, good to have you there, young lady. Appreciate you popping in and saying hi. What are you all into for Halloween, Katie? What are the kids dressing up as? Yukon Capo. There you go. Yukon wishful thinking there. But I love your enthusiasm for the snow. All right, let's go back to the timeline. Let me show you the radar. Excuse me. And then the timeline here one more time. Boom. So you can see brand new tornado watch there from Mobile to Pensacola, just west of Panama Cities. They're gearing up there for that nasty line of storm. So we're going to continue to watch that. Water vapor channel is a wonderful tool. And this kind of shows you what's going on. We got this little hooking V-notch ball of energy right in there. And in this corridor is where the energy is the most intense. And look at all the lightning. There's a tremendous amount of lightning right in that area. A sign that that line is not weakening, but holding together. So what we're going to be doing is watching that line. That's correct, Brad. Katie Ann, I will give you that answer here in 1 second. Let me just kind of go through this. This is kind of an hour-by-hour timeline, and I have a snapshot of the whole thing. So the one thing I think we need to watch out for is these individual thunderstorms late morning on into the noon hour. These can sometimes become severe and long-lived. The main line will not arrive until around 3 into Marion County, and then as you can see, the villages right there, 4, 5 o'clock, and then from there, from Claremont to Leesburg to Orlando to Daytona Beach, you can see nasty line of storms right there. That first lead line comes through Palm Bay and Melbourne around 9:30, and then you can see kind of like a little secondary line that catches up to it and forces everything offshore by about 11:30. So, and then behind it we get breezy and cooler. So again, a static snapshot there showing you 2 to 5, 5 to 8, and 8 to 12 there, somewhere in that time frame. Looks pretty darn good based upon what we're seeing right now. Again, you go back there, 2 to 5, 5 to 8, 8 to 11, 9 to 11, somewhere in that time frame right there. Again, a slight risk for a severe storm tomorrow on a scale of 1 to 5. We're at 2. So again, yellow, scattered severe storms are possible tomorrow as it continues to come across the peninsula. The tornado risk is at 5% north and west of I-4, a little bit lower south and east of I-4, just FYI. And then when you look at the wind concern, we basically have a 15% chance of severe damaging winds in the yellow and a 5% damaging wind risk in the brown there across southern Brevard County. So there we go. I'm ready for the cold weather, says Nikki. Larry Stewart. Eek, I can't wait for this cold air, says Katie Ann. Right back at you, Katie, and your family, by the way. The paprika, there you go. All right, so for me, when you break all of those components down, strong winds, high threat there. Severe winds, more of a medium threat because you have to get to 58 plus. Tornado threat is there, it's low, as is the hail threat. All right. And then the other big story for the trick-or-treaters, we head into the weekend. A couple showers Saturday morning, Sunday's nice. Halloween morning, area-wide temps will be in the 50s. And then for the trick-or-treaters, here you go, 72, 70, and 68, nice and cozy and comfortable. Brad, thank you, sir. Appreciate the kind words. You betcha, Yukon. Appreciate all those nice words there. All right, so that's what we have. I'll end it on the 7-day forecast. Let you guys get back to your normal routine, and appreciate you all popping in for 10, 15, 20 minutes to pop in and say hi. Don't forget, please, if you can tonight, especially with the weather coming in tomorrow, share this feed to your loved ones, your friends. Let them know what's going on. Paul Rents, you're welcome. So again, once we get past Thursday, I think the weather's going to be much calmer as we get into the Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. All right, gang. See you tonight at 10 and 11, and right back here again tomorrow night on Facebook Live, right around 8 o'clock. Toodles!